From Holy Mackerel Productions, Coastal Annex, and Meditation Center, it's time for the Main Event Radio Show. The Main Event, featuring homegrown entertainment from our own backyard, the great state of Maine, and beyond. Hi, I'm Dan Foley. Good to have your company as we cruise the entertainment highways and byways of the Pine Tree State. So without further ado, let's get rolling, shall we? Here it comes down that electronic highway, this edition of the Main Event Radio Show.
You gotta believe.
Homegrown and good for you. The main event is radio the way it should be.
I'm mostly sober these days, I don't know what you heard. I only drink on stage, I only smoke to burn away the frivolous things, to ride the syllable swings, to fight the urge to go swimming in the criminal springs. Mostly happy these days, don't know if you read between the lines I wrote and the lines I dread to cross over. It's a long way back when I'm sunk in the saddle and I'm circling the cul-de-sac. Mostly understand why you couldn't stay, why the best of you went and took away. Girl, those eyes, they be shining like a cigarette. You light them up, I breathe them in until there's nothing left. Don't believe the hype or the flowing hyperbole. Might have done the crime, but I never did the perjury. Wait for the dust cloud to settle on the rhetoric. Even if you rush now, you'll never get ahead of it. Tip my cup, I tip my cup over. No, I ain't got luck, I'm just a three-leaf clover. And I keep my feet on the narrow and the straight. And I ain't too stoned to say I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days, I don't know what you've seen. I only drink to sleep, I only sleep to dream away the cries and the calls I've been listening. Put a hole in the walls I'm imprisoned in. I'm mostly lonely these days, I don't know where you went, who you call your friends or how your time gets spent. And my last on a ticket back home, one-way trip down an eastbound road. And I'm mostly crazy these days when I think of you. While the earth it shakes, girl, your aim stays true. Bullseye, honey, right down the center of, straight shot through the heart of a sinner's love. So don't believe the hype or the flowing hyperbole. Might have done the crime, but I never did the perjury. Wait for the dust cloud to settle on the rhetoric. Even if you rush now, you'll never get ahead of it. Tip my cup, I tip my cup over. No, I ain't got luck, I'm just a three-leaf clover. And I keep my feet on the narrow and the straight. And I ain't too stoned to say I'm mostly sober these days. 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 I don't know what you heard. I only drink on stage. I only smoke to burn away the frivolous things, to ride the syllable swings, to fight the urge to go swimming in the criminal springs. I'm mostly sober these days. I'm mostly sober these days.
Rising early, crack of dawn, heading for the trestle, jean jackets on, sunrise ahead, river below, waiting on the train up in Orono. It was me and Liza, the sun coming up, it was karma and coffee in a paper cup. It was the rock sticking out in the river below, waiting on the train up in Orono. Whatever happened to Liza? I haven't seen her and I just don't know. Whatever happened to Liza? She's waiting on the train up in Orono. Never could tell when the train would come through. You could guess pretty close by a minute or two. But the greater the risk, the more fun, you know. Waiting on the train up in Orono. Well, you could jump off the trestle where the water ran bad, or you could run for your life. Those were the choices you had. But I never thought Liza's feet wouldn't go, waiting on the train up in Orono. I was screaming her name, thinking this is the end. The light of the train came around the bend. When Liza took to running fast as she could go, she barely beat the train up in Orono. We were huddled by the tracks, trying to breathe. I was staring at Liza. She tried to speak. She said, you know, some days it's a toss-up which way to go, waiting on the train up in Orono. Whatever happened to Liza? I haven't seen her and I just don't know. Whatever happened to Liza? She's waiting on the train up in Orono. She's waiting on the train. She's waiting in Orono. Waiting on a train. Waiting on a train.
That's Anni Clark on the Main Event with Orono. Comes from an album of hers called A Light for Liza. It was Chris Ross before that with Mostly Sober, and the Mallett Brothers Band, No Rules in This Game. Starting us off with this edition of the program, it was Pam Baker, Believe in Yourself. That's always a good idea. Thanks for joining me. It's good to have your company as always. The Main Event Radio Show. We are on this fine station, of course. We are also on the web at meradio.org, where you'll find the Listen Now button, and you click that and you get the latest edition of the program right there in your ears. Also on Facebook, you will find audio files on our Main Event Radio Show page on Facebook, and there you will find this and other recent editions of the program. This one we call 0620. Listen to it now or any of the others you find there anytime you want. And also don't forget to support our fine artists that we hear on this program, because they have their day job, they have their music job, and they're not getting paid for the music job right now. So as conditions improve, they can get back on stage and play publicly for us, but right now we got to show them our support because we like their stuff, right? Just a word on that. As we continue now with some Bert and I, Cutler Harbor. It's on the Main Event Radio Show.
Cutler? Cutler Harbor? Why, that was where I was born and raised. Lived there all my days, man and boy, following the sea. Well, I say following the sea, I ain't never done much blue water sailing, mostly just coasting. You see, I had me a little jib and mainsail boat, the Nancy and Betsy, and me nephew Willie and me, we run it. We didn't carry no hands, we really didn't need no hands, 'cause though the mainsail was heavy for Willie and me, we just eased the peak and let the mainsail flap. Well, now, you'd have thought we'd have known every ripple and reef from here to Eastport and back again, but then again I recollect that time we was taking on a deckload of lumber for transporting off to Ram Island. And we got in off Goat Head there when there come a hail from shore. It seems they was having a hair-setting party, what you might call a christening. Well, we put in close up under the head there and dropped anchor. We lowered the jib, but we didn't have to lower the mainsail. The mainsail was kind of heavy for Willie and me, so we just eased the peak and let the mainsail flap. We went ashore there, and when I tell you that they had 2 barrels of Barbados rum jacked up there on the beach, you'll understand me when I tell you that they were parting the baby's hair good and proper. Well, after a while we started parting a few hairs ourselves, and I said, "Look, Willie, if we're going to get off on this tide, we better get a move on." So we went back aboard the Nancy and Betsy. We weighed anchor. We raised the jib, but we didn't have to raise the mainsail, 'cause you see we hadn't lowered the mainsail. The mainsail was kind of heavy for Willie and me, so we had just eased the peak and let the mainsail flap. Well, we raised the peak and set sail out of there, and had gone for no more than 5 minutes when there come in one of them fogs you get around Cutler way, so thick you can't see your nose in front of your face. I said, "Willie, where be we?" He said, "I don't know." Well, I said, "Willie, I think you'd better go below decks and bring up that coastwise pilot." Well, he brung it up, and it were kind of a tattered edition, and he no sooner got it open to the Cutler page when there come along a little wind, just a zephyr, and blew that page overboard. I said, "What are we going to do now, Willie?" He says, "I don't know." Well, I think we'd better ponder. So we dropped anchor, we lowered the jib, but we didn't have to lower the mainsail. The mainsail was kind of heavy for Willie and me, so we just eased the peak and let the mainsail flap. And then, oh my Lord God, how we did ponder. First Willie pondered, then I pondered. We took turns of pondering. Then all at once did come to me. Willie, I says, I've got it. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to weigh anchor. We're going to raise the jib. We're going to raise the peak. We're going to set sail out of here, and we're going to keep her sailing, by God Almighty, until we get over into this next page here, and then we'll know where we be.
Not just another pretty radio show. This is the main event.
1, 2, 3, 4. He was stranded in a tiny town on Fair Prince Edward Isle, waiting for a ship to come and find him. A one-horse place, a friendly face, and coffee and a tiny trace of fiddling in the distance far behind him. A dime across the counter then, a shy hello, a brand new friend walking along the street in the wintry weather. A yellow light, an open door, and a welcome friend, there's room for more. And then they're standing there inside together. He said, I've heard that tune before somewhere, but I can't remember when. Was it on some other friendly shore? Did I hear it on the wind? Was it written on the sky above? I think I heard it from someone I love, but I've never heard a sound so sweet since then. His feet begin to tap. A little boy says, I'll take your hat, and he's caught up in the magic of her smile. A leap of the heart inside him went, and off across the floor he sent his clumsy body graceful as a child. He said, there's magic in the fiddler's arm, there's magic in this town, there's magic in the dancer's feet and the way they put them down. People smiling everywhere, boots and ribbons, locks of hair, laughter, and old blue suits and Easter gowns. The sailor's gone, the room is bare, the old piano's sitting there, someone's hat's left hanging on the rack. Empty chairs, the wooden floor that feels the touch of shoes no more, waiting for the dancers to come back. And the fiddle's in the closet of some daughter of the town. The strings are broke, the bow's gone, and the cover's buttoned down. But sometimes on December nights, when the air's cold and the wind is right, there's a melody that passes through the town.
other, well, I'd walk right out the door. Oh, you might call me crazy. One thing you know. Well, oh, do you want me to love? You've got to give it up, don't let me go. Well, oh, do you want me to love? You've got to give it up, don't let me go.
That is Give It Up, and it comes from Ragged Jack on the Main Event Radio Show. Also, Makem in Spain, the Ballad of St. Anne's Reel. That's a David Mallett song. A whole bunch of people involved in that project. The Makem in Spain Sessions Volume 1 is the name of the album. And of course, we heard about Cutler Harbor from Bert and I. All that and more coming your way with each and every edition of the Main Event Radio Show. With me, Dan Foley, and you know what? In a little while, we're going to visit the Vault of Vinyl. The Vault being where we keep our dusty old record collection. And we pull one out of there and play something from it for you when we visit the Vault. That'll be coming up in a little bit. Right now, let's hear from Shirt Tail Kin. The album's called Face and a Name, and we're going to hear the title from that one, The Main Event Radio Show.
In some ways, it doesn't matter, you're far away. You're married, I'm married, maybe it's better this way. But if you were here and I were here, I don't know how we could stop ourselves from going too far. What I can give you don't matter what I get back. Some things you know without asking for proof, like the sides of your eyes go down when the corners of your mouth go up. I hope someday you will call me, send me your love. Since I met you, I have watched rules slip away. And every time I turn around, it's brand new day. It seems crystal to me by your eyes that we play the same game. Now I know love has a face and a name. Now I know love has a face and a name. Now I know love has a face and a name. walking on a tightrope and you're telling me you like the view. Jump off on the side that she wants that night. And when she's tired of you, you don't even wait for the shoe. Crawl back in the bottle, you're a genie, that's right. You say I'm crazy that you don't really love her, but you're so sentimental that you thought she was calling you. Calling you. You say she's an angel and she moves through the clouds so gently. I say she's a devil, she won't share her soul. You think that I don't recognize her, that I've always been a compromiser. You say I should let her just take her soul. You say I'm crazy that you don't really love her, but you're so sentimental that you thought she was calling you. Time before, I think it's time to close that door. You say it's the nearest thing that you be. Saying on upon that part, you're never gonna play that part. I say it's the longest encore I've seen. You say I'm crazy that you don't really love her, but you're so sentimental that you thought she was calling you. Right by your side as you fall in. You say you're getting better, but still you're gonna let her keep you on a tight road, a tight road, a tight road. You say I'm crazy that you don't really love her, but you're so sentimental that you thought she was calling you. Calling you to play on a tightrope, a tightrope, a tightrope.
That's Phil Poirier on the main event. Tightrope. Also Short Tail Kin and Face and a Name. And right now it's time to visit the vault of vinyl. And our album for this time, as we visit the vault, is from Billy Chinnock. He went to Nashville to do some recording years ago. And the album that came out of that is called Rock and Roll Cowboys. So as we visit the vault of vinyl, let's hear Billy Chinnock, Somebody's Gonna Break My Heart, from the album Rock and Roll Cowboys. Vinyl time.
Somebody's gonna break my heart. Somebody's gonna tear it all apart. into some dark corner of Mexico. There I could keep you, darling, to myself. But baby, it's so hard letting go. No, 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 no.
Real radio for real people just like you. The Main Event Radio Show.
Dance with me. Let your hips sing to my heartbeat and dance with me till the rising sun makes us leave and all move swiftly. These feet feel lighter than they should be, and all swing gently. And let the music carry me, and all the stars hanging from the sky, they light the night so you can dance with me. Let your hips sing to my heartbeat and dance with me till the rising sun makes us leave. Dance with me.
I'll move swiftly, as long as you're leading me, and I'll swing gently. You make me feel like this is all a dream. All the stars hanging from the sky, they light the night so you can dance with me.
Let your hips sing to my heartbeat. Dance with me till the rising sun makes us leave. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. There's nowhere we have to me. So dance with me till the rising sun makes us leave. Dance with me.
Dance with me.
And oh, dance with me.
Dance with me.
Whiskey makes me crazy. Tequila makes me smile. Together they have a way to make me wild. When I see you dancing pretty, with your hands up in the air, you know it makes my dreams come true for a while. I'm not saying this feeling will last. In a few more hours I'll be fading fast. Why don't we live it up in style? We can make our dreams come true for a while. Oh, 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 'cause dreams come true for a while. Whiskey makes me crazy, and weed puts me in a trance, and good old country music just makes me dance. Time it goes so quickly, and when it goes it's gone, and dreams are lost and found in a 3-minute song. I'm not saying this feeling will last. In a few more hours I'll be fading fast. Why don't we live it up in style? We can make our dreams come true for a while. Oh, 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 'cause dreams come true for a while. If we wait too long, our chance will pass. Why don't we live it up in style? We can make our dreams come true for a while. Oh, 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 'cause dreams come true for a while. Oh, 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 'cause dreams come true for a while.
North of Nashville on the Main Event Radio Show, Dreams Come True for a while. Also, Clarensau and Dance With Me, and that followed our visit to the Vault of Vinyl with Billy Chinnock and Somebody's Gonna Break My Heart. Pretty regular occurrence. While the situation remains as it is, with a lot of restrictions and everything, you can still catch your favorite artists sometimes. Some folks are giving sort of mini concerts. Check them out as you visit their page or pages on Facebook. You can hear this in any recent edition of the Main Event Radio Show, too, at our Facebook page. This program and others are posted as audio files on our homepage on Facebook. So support your local artists. It's always good to have your company when you visit the Main Event Radio Show to hear them. Let's continue now with Jason Spooner Band, Slippery People, on the Main Event.
Time you were rolling over, fell on your face, you must be having fun. Walk lightly, think of the time, you best believe this thing is real. Put away that gun, this part is simple, try to recognize what is in your mind. God help us lose our minds. These slippery people, help us understand what's the matter with him. He's alright, the Lord won't mind. He's alright, love from the bottom to the top. He's alright, the Lord won't mind. Right now turn like a wheel inside a wheel. I remember when sitting in the tub, pull out the plug, the water was running out. Cool down, stop acting crazy. They're gonna leave, we'll be on our own. 7 times 5, they were living creatures. Watch them come to life right before your eyes. Backsliding, how do you do? These slippery people gonna see you through. He's alright, the Lord won't mind. He's alright, love from the bottom to the top. He's alright, the Lord won't mind. Right now turn like a wheel inside a wheel.
May you failed English, but this much I know is true. I'll be a wreck, baby, if I can't conjugate with you. History's written by winners, you don't hear from those who lose. That's why it's Columbus who discovered us in 1592. Don't trust those history books, but this much I know is true. Hannibal got over the Rockies, but I can't get over you. If you want the state capitals, I'll name all 40 if I can. Geography ain't my strong point, but this much I know is true. The lowest point on the earth, babe, is me without you. I hear the stars are dying, I know just how they feel. The moon is cold and lonely, but not without appeal. I'm not sure about the heavens, but this much I know is true. The sun can't sink much lower than me without you. They'll tell me you didn't make it, and I'll mutter, great. This place supposed to be so hot, but this much I know is true. Gonna stir some trouble up here till I'm sent down to you. Down to you, oh. Down to you, oh, oh.
Main event and the Slow News Day. That was called True Blues. And you don't want to quote any of the facts that are true in that song. It's just funny. True Blues. Time to wind up this edition of the Main Event Radio Show. With thanks to this station for putting us on the air, and thanks to Kevin Foley for getting the IT work done that I can't figure out. And thanks especially to you for joining me. I hope you're going to be here next time, because I know I will, when the main event comes your way once again. Till then, Dan Foley signing off for the Main Event, a Holy Mackerel production coming to you from our Coastal Annex and Meditation Center. Hoping you join me next time with a word to be careful, be good to yourself, be good to the folks around you. Let's all be good to the planet. It's the only one we got. This is called Tatterdemalion Stomp from Micah Blue Smaldone as we go home.